Is it raspberry or raspberry?
I don't know. Is it knight or knight?
Well, it depends which one you're talking about.
True.
Because there's
Is it knife or knife?
Depends which one you're using.
No.
Alright, so...
What are we here to see?
Ghostbusters! Da-da-da-da-da.
But redone.
Da-da-da-da-da. So, Mr. Aaron, what are your thoughts going into this movie?
I have very low expectations. I'm not excited for the film whatsoever. It's a remake that I think that they'll...
Have you seen the original?
I have. I have seen the original, and I have seen the sequel to the original.
The one where there's the river of goo under Manhattan.
Yes.
And that weird...
That's a different truck this time.
Are we sure that's a different truck?
Yeah.
We were driving here, and there's a guy in a big truck, and he had an exhaust.
If you're watching this, you're an asshole.
He had an exhaust the size of Aaron's head, and he was driving in like the left lane, and he was shooting out into the right lane, and just pouring like black smoke out. And I had to drive with the windows up, and I was trying to get ahead of him, but he was a jerk, so he sped up. Next thing you know, we're street racing, and
cops come out.
I did pull some Tokyo drifts and some Too Fast, Too Furiouses.
And then you went like Fast 5?
Yeah, and then this is it. This is where we are, so...
Yep.
Yeah.
But we arrived safe, drive sober.
And then we started this with you, and we pretty much caught up.
Yep, there you go. You know our life story.
Mm-hmm.
So, Alex, what are your thoughts going into this movie?
I don't see a need for this movie.
And why not?
Because it's a remake, right?
It is.
And I'm kind of like, the first Ghostbusters was good enough that you don't need to remake.
It's a classic. Would you not say it's like
it's definitely.
It's an amazing movie.
It's an amazing movie. It's like...
It's a unique film.
I don't think you could... There's a reason to make another one. Like, it's one of those ones that's up there on, like, my top 20 movies.
Yeah.
And there's just no need. I've heard some reviews that it's pretty much shot for shot, and it kind of ruins the movie. Like, they just try too hard to recreate the scenes, the original.
Why would they... I mean, what's the point of recreating a film? Like, recreating this soon. Let's say if you took something like Night of the Living Dead. It's a classic film, but it's filmed in, what, the 1920s or 30s or something like that? You know, I could see them... trying to redo it now with the better graphics and the better technology. There isn't a point, but what I'm saying is that at least they'd have a reason. But so soon, it doesn't make sense that they're just going to copy a film. The only difference is he could have done that in so much less distance. But they could have done. I mean, what's really the big difference? Except the cast is all female. That's the only difference.
I would have enjoyed to see another sequel. I mean, I'm getting pretty tired of sequels, but if they would have continued the story, and, you know, the people who work at Ghostbusters are all female now, I'd be okay with that. But I just see no need to remake everything that's already been remade for a quick buck, which is probably all it is.
Oh, absolutely.
And yes, definitely I am a fanboy. But, I mean, I just loved it so much. Even the theme song they redo. And it's like, what's the point?
Yeah.
Just have another one.
Leave it. If it's not broken, don't fix it.
Tell me about it.
I read a... we know what that's about. It's like, I read this article about Warcraft, right? Warcraft was the movie that came out based on the computer game. And they made $420 million or something, but like 45% of that came from China. And without the sales in China, this movie would have absolutely tanked. Now, it broke even. It actually cut short by like 12.5 million or something, but they're figuring when it comes out for sale on DVD and Blu-ray, they'll make that money up, so it'll break even.
Toy sales, and I mean, it's a video game, right? So it's going to bring people there.
Yeah.
And
but they're not, I mean, people don't invest in movies for them to break even. So, I don't know, I mean, if that movie franchise, you know, is going to be something that they would want to redo because it didn't succeed the first time.
Right.
But if something succeeded...
That would be something too, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, if they're really adamant and they set it up apparently for a sequel, I never saw it. I don't know if you did. Mike Taylor did, I think. But...
I didn't.
Okay. So,
I also didn't mind. I mean, not the Star Trek. They redid that one.
See, I can't. I don't know. I've never seen any.
But,
I've seen one, but not.
But it was kind of like I was okay with the way they did that because, unless I'm wrong, there isn't a movie where Kirk becomes admiral, or not admiral, but captain. They start the show off.
Well, it's like X-Men going back to first class, right?
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know. I'm just kind of. I don't know.
You don't know.
I don't know. I just don't see. It's just.
So you
I feel
don't
like a money grab.
Yeah, but you know what? Why are we here?
Because we have to be.
It's true. It's our moral obligation to our viewers.
So
you're welcome, YouTube.
Well, let's go check this out and see what we have to say. Hopefully, because our expectations are so low, it'll be a pleasant surprise.
Never know.
But now that I've said that, I've actually raised my hopes up, hoping for a pleasant surprise.
And you're going to have to go digging for the actual review somewhere in the field. And maybe, just maybe, you'll find some Pokemon Go. Oh, don't pin this on me.
Oh, Creeper Cam is good. So, that was...
Ghostbusters!
I was going to say Star Wars, but that's just something I would have rather seen. So,
Hey-o!
What did you think of the movie Mr. Aaron?
I did go in with very low expectations. At the very onset of the film, probably for the first 15 minutes, I didn't like it at all. I found the humor to be very, very forced, to the point where, like, they were really obviously making jokes and it wasn't funny.
Only for the first 15 minutes?
Only for the first 15 minutes, and then there was still a lot of forced jokes, but there was a lot of times that I legitimately laughed. Chris Hemsworth did a fantastic job of playing that role. An absolute fantastic job of playing that role.
He was the biggest idiot I think I've ever seen.
But he's such an idiot.
Biggest idiot.
He's such an idiot that it's fucking hilarious. Oh my god, like it is funny how he played that role. So I think that was definitely worth it. The film overall exceeded expectations. I don't like the plot. I had...
The blonde Ghostbuster
What?
The blonde girl? She really pulled stuff together.
Yes.
I feel like she did a very good job.
Yes, she did.
Time out. Look at Erin's knee. Zoom in on that shit. Look at that knee.
That's... Yeah.
Is that normal?
This knee. Look at this
No,
knee.
look at the other knee.
Oh my god.
Is that normal? Are you a dog? That is like bleeding to the side. It's like not even blood.
Mel can't even look at it.
It's like pussing to the side.
It's fine.
Just zoom in a little bit.
It's fine.
Look at. It's like to the side. Why is it to the side?
Because I had my knee crossed, and so gravity pulled it down.
No, okay, we're done, I guess. I guess we're done.
I might lose my leg, apparently, according to some people.
I don't think that's normal. Is that normal? If you don't know, ask a doctor, and then we'll get back to Aaron, because he's not going to ask one.
I'm not going to ask, because it's happened before, and my wounds heal.
He's an alien or something fucked up.
I have no comment.
Okay, so, what... You didn't like the plot? Is there anything
I didn't like the plot. At times it was definitely, spoiler alert, definitely a very, very similar story to the first one. I did appreciate the cameos. I did appreciate the respect, I think, that they showed the original film in bringing the cast members back in various roles. I just felt like it was, I don't know, I didn't like the story. It's as simple as that.
I 100% agree with you for once. I didn't have very high hopes going in, but not even from like the 15-minute, like the very beginning, I started to enjoy it like right away, and I was like, this is a Ghostbusters movie. There were bits that I didn't necessarily enjoy. I thought the humor was stupid. I thought it was a little slow at points. But it's a Ghostbusters movie, and I actually didn't mind it.
No.
I feel it would have been better if it was a sequel, like just a second one. Maybe the original Ghostbusters had, you know, caught most of the ghosts, and then these guys
or they retired because they got too old, and
yeah, and these guys are
whatever.
taking over, and I don't know, you wouldn't be able to do the same type of cameos as they did in there, but no, I think that would have been slightly better for me personally.
I think
there's a lot of things I just didn't get.
I think the casting was well done. As you said, the blonde, she did a phenomenal job. She played that like crazy scientist role perfectly.
She was like just shooting off words, and I'm like,
what?
I might know what a Faraday cage is, but the rest is just,
yeah.
Are those even real words? Come on.
I also really enjoyed Melissa McCarthy's role. I really like her as an actress. She was a very good pick, I think, for this film. Kristen Wiig and I don't know, I forgot the African-American or the black actor's name. I don't know. They were more so filler than anything. I think they didn't really stand out to me.
I thought she did a good job. But, of course, get the sassy black woman to play a sassy black woman. That's totally something Michael Scott would do.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. Just...
So, yeah, I did enjoy the film. I was very surprised. It was indeed a pleasant surprise. I think that, well, how many ghost hearses would you give it?
Hearses?
Yeah, out of 10.
It's difficult to say, because there were a lot of things that, like, I didn't get, and I just thought, like, the end wasn't... There's no climactic. I didn't find the battle at the end to be very climactic. I felt like there was no real tension between, like, they were like, the Ghostbusters are back, but there wasn't really anything that separated them. There wasn't like they broke up, or, you know, they actually got arrested and they weren't, like, shut down or anything. It was just kind of, you know, nothing. One of them was possessed for a bit. And then the other one was possessed for a bit. And other things that were confusing. This is definitely going into deep spoiler territory, so
warnings.
Don't even bother watching it, because this is going to give you the whole rundown. You'll save like 2 hours of your life.
Yeah.
So the guy dies and obviously becomes a ghost. But how does he transfer the ghost plane? None of these other ghosts can do it without the help of the magic, and
yeah, how does
he's able to transfer over really quickly. So ignoring that, because maybe he had some secret backup plan that, you know, he knew of the wormhole or something. They shut the lights out.
Yeah.
It is really dark. Spooky. Ghosty. So then he is a ghost, and he's got all these, like, superpowers. Like, none of the other ghosts have these superpowers.
Yeah, you know you know what I did expect? Sorry to interrupt. I expected all those ghosts to start possessing people as they were, like, streaming through the streets. Like, I fully anticipated that because he had that ability, and then all of a sudden...
And some of the other... Yeah, it was just very weird. Like, the original Ghostbusters, Zool was kind of like this ultimate super being, which is why they kind of explained that through the movie, and just that's why he could do crazy shit. This one, it was just kind of like some dude who recently died, yeah. Patrick Swayze type ghost, but you know, he had superpowers.
Yeah,
you know, in Ghost.
And I think the one thing is that the exposition in the film was just so obvious.
Yeah,
like it was almost like it was poorly planted information. I mean, just so happens he basically lays out the entire plot in a series of scribblings in a notebook or in a textbook or whatever you want to call that. I don't know. I don't know if that's
it
legit.
is
like, why wouldn't you
a
use
novel.
paper? Why are you, like, covering up the information that you were reading?
Because he's a psychopath.
Well,
He's reading one of those novels, whatever that is. The graphics, I thought, were a little rough at some point in time.
it seemed like it wasn't even any better than what the old one was.
It was worse than the old one, because like Slimer in the old one, when he eats stuff, because he's at the buffet in the hotel, he's just eating shit, and he doesn't actually eat it. It just goes in his mouth and falls right through him. And like back in the day, like I watched that and I'm like, man, that is like good detail. Yeah. This one, that doesn't really happen.
No, he actually like consumes the hot dogs.
It's weird. So
yeah, it's almost like they're in a space between.
And it was like you could kill the ghosts, but the ghosts are already dead. But I don't know, are they dead? There's a lot of plasma and bright colors and disruption, and it was very confusing. And if I had to give it ghost hearses out of 10, I'd say it'd be like maybe a 6. It's definitely not as good as the original, probably not as good as the sequel, but if it was like just a standalone Ghostbusters movie, and I feel like it would be okay, especially because I feel like back when they were making movies like the Ghostbusters and like that era, movies quality was like up here, and now movie quality is like down here. They just pump shit out.
Yeah, they don't take the time to really develop it.
Yeah, and it's just
really make it fine.
So
fair enough.
How many ghost hearses would you give it? Normally I ask you first, so you can't copy and I can just pump out some
low number,
some weird number to try and annoy you.
In all honesty, I would say I probably went in with an expectation of 2, 3 out of 10. And I think the pleasant surprise that I had, Chris Hemsworth's performance was just awesome, absolutely awesome. I'm going to have to give it, for my enjoyment factor, not necessarily the story, but the enjoyment factor of going in, and it is influenced by my low expectation. I'm going to have to go with a solid 6.5.
Would you watch it again?
Would I go to the theater to watch it again, or if it was on TV or rent it?
Sure.
If it was on TV, yeah, probably. I don't think I would go and watch it in the theater again. I don't think I would. I would probably rent it, yeah.
I don't have TV. Would you download it or stream it?
I would rent it, or if it's free on, stream, whatever, then sure, I would. If there's somebody, put it this way, if there's somebody who hasn't seen it, yeah, I would definitely
If I bought you this for Christmas, would you be upset?
No, but thanks for ruining my Christmas gift.
Okay, I wouldn't be upset, but I'd be kind of like disappointed. Like there are better movies you could have got me for Christmas. I'd be like, oh, thanks for
you could have got me
Ghostbusters.
Although I would prefer this one to Chappie, so there is that to it.
Chappie was a beautiful movie, and you know it. All right, well that wraps it up for tonight.
Thank you very much. What's next?
Star Trek.
Star Trek.
I got so much shit to edit, dude. It's unreal.
It's probably not even going to be out, like, today is like the 15th of July. It's going to be posted. Now
God
you have the time
knows
frame.
when.
You're going to put this, like,
God knows when. Like,
probably like
2 weeks
weeks
ago, we saw, what did we see, like, 2 weeks ago? Pretty sure we went with Curtis.
The one where you splashed water in my face?
No.
That was Now You See Me.
We saw something so long ago, did a review, oh my god, haven't even put it up yet.
And the movie's probably out on DVD by now.
It was probably, yeah. I don't even remember what we saw.
I'm already, like, producing the sequel. It's in post-production by now.
Oh, definitely. But, yeah.
It's okay. So. It's okay. Thank you for joining us. We love having you. And until next time.
Past my bedtime. Get out of here!